Did you hear we had a tsunami this morning?
How big was it?
Bigger than your mom.
How big were the waves?
They didn't say. We were under a tsunami advisory.
Because there was an earthquake in Japan or something?
There was a volcano that erupted at Tonga in the South Pacific. So it went from, like, the tsunami warnings were New Zealand to Washington State.
Dang.
It wasn't warnings here, we were advisories. Yeah. So it was a 2 to 4 foot wave by the time it hit here. It was a 4 foot wave down in those regions, but it didn't really materialize here. But
it's crazy how waves can travel that far. It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the speed at which it can travel, because that had happened at, I think, 9 o'clock the prior night our time, and then it was supposed to by 7 o'clock be here. So that's like...
That's fast, man.
Crazy.
Juice!
Anyways, hey, welcome back to our stupid reaction. It's Corbin.
Oh, you think there's a girl out there named Sue who has a last name Nami? Paging Miss Nami, Miss Sue Nami. I'm Rick.
My name's Hugh Janus.
Wow. Did you see that CNN thing? It was the New Year's Eve.
Oh, they kept, yeah, because they called out. Yeah,
and they're like, who the heck? Who's putting these on here? They're fake names.
They were probably young people wanting to troll, and it's hilarious. Anyways, today we got a video, Indian Army, commando training.
Try hand.
Say this?
And ghorakha training?
This is
what is that?
I don't know. I'm hoping they'll explain in the video, but I think it's more of like an intense training that this regiment goes
By the
through.
way, we've probably asked this question once before, got the answer, and I've forgotten. But we know the branches of the military here in the United States. Mm-hmm. What are the branches of the military in India?
I'd imagine they're similar.
I know we have Indian Army, I know we have Indian Air Force, I know we have Indian Navy.
I'm assuming.
But do they have a Coast Guard, and do they have like a Marine Corps?
I don't know Marine Corps. That might be a branch.
A branch specialty of Army?
You guys can let us know, but I'm pretty sure they have a Coast Guard.
Okay.
As well.
All right.
But my dad, he's coasty. 30 years. Here we go. Hold on.
Commandos are nearing the end of their weapons training class. The irony of it is that right after their weapons class, one of the commandos breaks one of the most important rules of being a soldier. Never leave your weapon behind. And all the commandos are going to pay for one man's error.
Yep, that works.
बेसिकली नींद में थे सब तो किसी ने अपना वेपन कहीं पे रख दिया और दूसरी क्लास के लिए वो भाग के जा रहे हैं भाग के पहुंचे तो उनको पता लगा कि वेपन तो छोड़ आए अपना.
In the eyes of the instructors, the crime is severe.
Strength of any team is decided by its weakest link. The weakest link is the one जिससे ये सारी mistakes हों.
And for this, there can only be one punishment at a commando school. The dreaded Kuninala.
Yeah, this is one dreaded Nala. If you even go close to it, you can smell the unwanted odor, which you will not like to even smell.
It smells gross.
पुण्य नाले का नाम सुनते तो नींद उड़ जाती है. It is very smelly. आप कपड़े धोने के लिए लेते हैं तो एक हफ्ते तक उसमें स्मेल नहीं जाती है. पत्थर कीड़े मकोड़े सब कुछ चलते हैं वहाँ पे.
It's bad diarrhea.
Is now everyone's nightmare, and there's a purpose behind this. In commando operations, an error by one can mean death for all. So for the instructor, the sole purpose of this punishment is to ensure that no commando ever forgets his weapon, and that none of his men nothing better than the gut-wrenching fire and smells and tastes of the Kuninala, making sure nobody repeats
sitting in it?
such a mistake. finally starts to set on day 4.
So gross.
But the next 31 days are going to be far more excruciating. The tests get tougher. The stakes get higher. Teamwork and military precision will define who makes it in the end. So how do they ready themselves for the storm that lies ahead?
सबसे पहला जो उसका आई वुड से गलत फहमी जो है उसके दिमाग में कि मुझे 6 घंटे की नींद चाहिए, सबसे पहले हम उसको वो दूर करते हैं। मिथ है उसके दिमाग में जो अभी तक बना हुआ है, ये मिथ तोड़ते हैं।
Every night, for the first 2 weeks at commando school, the commandos live in an extreme state of uncertainty. The only thing that they're certain of is that they're going to get no sleep, or the form of physical pain coming their way is a mystery.
ये पीटी हमारी इनिशियली 4 बजे से शुरू होती है जब कोर्स का स्टार्टिंग होता है, और जैसे जैसे कोर्स का पेस बढ़ता रहता है, ये पीटी सुबह के 2:30 बजे, फिर 2 बजे, फिर
Push him to the point of exhaustion.
तो 1:30 पे कमांडोज अगर पीटी कर रहे हैं 1:30 to 6 o'clock,
And keep pushing them.
obviously breaking that cycle.
They might inherit that on the field.
नियर अबाउट 2 हफ्ते हम लोग लेते हैं उसके फिजिकल फिटनेस बिल्डअप करने के लिए, और जो फिजिकल फिटनेस का जो ग्राफ है वो बहुत ही स्टीप है।
Are they doing it that way?
तो 2 हफ्ते में हम लोग बिल्कुल उसको एक्सट्रीम में ले जाते हैं।
Touch your nose to your knees. And you hold it there at least for 30 seconds. Don't get up. Try to touch.
तो पूरी बायोलॉजिकल साइकिल हमने उसकी पूरी ब्रेक कर दी। जब उसको सोना चाहिए था वो कहीं पे दौड़ रहा है, और जब दिन में प्रोबेबली जहाँ पे उसको जगना चाहिए था वहाँ पे उसको क्लास कर रहा है जहाँ पे वो सो है। ब्रेकफास्ट टाइमिंग 4 बजे या 3 बजे एक्चुअली कोई ब्रेकफास्ट नहीं होता, बट यहाँ पे हम लोग फोर्स करते हैं कि ठीक है तो 3 बजे आपका ब्रेकफास्ट है, या फिर डिनर आपका 12 बजे, रात के 12 बजे, मिडनाइट में।
Over the first 2 weeks of commando school, the instructors make nights melt into each other. The main focus is on extreme sleep deprivation, so that these young soldiers can advance to the next stage of becoming lethal commandos. The dizzying first 2 weeks of commando school come to an end. Breaking down their body clocks has left the commandos with a fuzzy brain, blurry vision, and a complete sense of disorientation. But according to the instructors, this is the best time to test their skills in the field.
कहीं पे मैंने पढ़ा था कि you will not know कि how strong you are until and unless being strong is the only option left for you. We create a similar kind of situation over here.
Oh, wow. I could have kept watching that for another half hour.
I'm sure it's like a whole series that
Yeah.
they just broken up. Yeah, from what I can tell, obviously it's very similar to, I'd say every branch that we have here that has some version of it.
Yeah.
It's very common. Obviously in the military, you're going to break somebody down to the point of exhaustion and then keep breaking them.
Yep.
Because obviously they have to be prepared for that.
And sleep deprivation is one of the big ones.
Deprivation,
Yep.
Food deprivation, all this stuff to push you to the breaking point to see how you're going to act when this actually might happen on the field.
There was a guy I worked with at a restaurant. He was one of the cooks in his 20s. This was a long time ago, but he was freaking ripped, maniac, just incredible shape, who went in for Navy SEAL training.
Yeah.
And came out, had a break for like a couple days before he went back. And he went in, pumped up, going to be a SEAL, proud, going to kick your ass. When he came back in the middle of what he was going through, he had a couple days, and we asked him how he was doing. He was very humble and did not know if he was going to make it through, and said, "It's nothing. I didn't expect it to be what it is."
It's not fun.
No, it's not, and it is. Sleep deprivation is one of the primary things, which is why I know as much as I'd love to be in the military, sleep deprivation, I know how well I don't function when I'm sleep deprived. So yeah.
Yeah. Hats off, but yeah, it was a really interesting documentary. I could watch the entire thing. Kept going to see their whole. I'm guessing it goes through their whole progression during the training. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting though.
And the other thing that they,
Ugh,
I'm sure they do, they didn't talk about it, but one of the things I know that SEALs do, and I'm sure that they do it. I say SEALs because that's the one I'm the most familiar with, because I just love SEALs, and I've listened to podcasts and books. I've read books. I've watched documentaries. I've throughout my life, I've had times where I've embraced some of the physical aspects of their training, and I do know that the other thing that they do in SEALs is the people, sometimes somebody who does something exactly right will get punished, and they'll quit because they'll say it wasn't fair, and that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
They'll take them through it and say, if you think going to war, if you're going to have this thing in your mind of, I get discouraged because that wasn't fair, you're dead. You will not survive in war, because you're going to face situations where you should have had air support, your weapon should have worked, they should have followed on the right-hand side and done what you commanded them to do. They shouldn't have been over there. Your gun shouldn't have jammed. You did everything right and everything went wrong. Are you still going to be able to keep moving forward? We've talked about different breed of human being. The military.
That swamp thing was absolutely disgusting. That would be my breaking.
I love mud, but the fact that they were in something that was like a sewagey nasty, and they had to put it in their mouth.
Oh yeah, I would be out at that point. Like I could probably deal with a lot of the other stuff. Again, I could function on very little sleep, but like when you start getting to stuff that's just gonna make me like I can't do it.
Like if training was fear factor.
Well, it depends on the fear, but yeah. A lot of that I can't do. Really grosses me out. Anyways, yeah, great video. Let us know more videos similar to this, other military style videos of any branch or stuff like that we can react to down below.
Juice!